Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Oh, quite a happy childhood. I actually did all my schooling in York. I was an ardent issue medal supporter. My father barracked for Claremont, so we were sort of different teams, but never thinking of West Perth at all.
Lord, it's hard to be humble.
My father went back into the army when I was just 14. We moved down to Perth, and fortunately I feel that we moved into Mount Hawthorn, which was West Perth territory. I was barely 16 when I played my first game for West Perth. We beat Claremont quite comfortably in the grand final, so this bunch of 17 and 16-year-olds were on top of the world. The Fred Buttsworth and the Ray Schofields and Ray Scott and Jack Larkin, you know, Lenny Harmon, the captain us that year. Collectively we played many games together. Actually Ray started off with West Perth as a full forward, and it was only after the first 2 or 3 years he came back to full back, but I had to teach him all the ropes of the game, but he learned quickly.
It's hard to be humble.
Well, all of my career was played in the back pocket, and it's a case of having to read the game coming down towards you.
Nevertheless, the first quarter came to a close with the scores West Perth 3 goals 9, leading South Fremantle 1 goal 1.
In 1951 we were the underdogs completely. South Fremantle had dominated us. Possibly, it's a difficult thing to say, but we lost our playing coach in Pops Hill with a broken leg only a fortnight before, and maybe that was a blessing in disguise, because we relied on Pops a lot. He was a brilliant footballer and possibly gave us that drive.
Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're doing what? We're doing the best that we can.
I think I had to write up once as possibly the first West Australian that could have cracked 300 games, but I don't regret that. I started when I was barely 16, and 13 years you'd been slogging it out, and I was happily married then. We had 2 children, working in the railways. I was coming up for long service leave, and I think we just wanted to do something different. So I got the opportunity to go to New South Wales coaching, and I accepted it. No animosity with anyone at all. That's the pleasure you get out of doing something like that. The lads you meet years later that'll come up and say, oh, you coached me at such and such. And it's, you know, you never lose the joy of being involved with football.